Good evening, everybody. This is Mr. O here for an excerpt with music instruction for all learners. I came running home this evening from a long day at work and also, had a class this evening, but the Lord's been putting something on my mind about music instruction for all learners, and I like to share these things with you. I'll start off with the end of the day. During the middle of the day, I did a roll call Wednesday. I sent out a text to our students that actually, send out texts, that can receive texts. And we have some new adult students consisting of Diana Eaton, Miss Diana Eaton, Mr. Don Moore, and the rest of our students, Keelasha Williams, Tanita Watson, Rachel Harris, and Mr. Shahian Harris, no relation. What this is about is that, I called it a roll call Wednesday. I said, let's do something different. This is the 21st century. When I was taking music lessons way back in the mass bombing days, for all those who went to mass bombing, I'm in the class of 1981. We didn't have these things. When I went to college, we didn't have texts. We didn't have smartphones. Many of us, these smartphones came within the past 10, 15 years of our lives. But I wanted to do something completely different and sent out a text and just ask them how's their practice going, how are they feeling. And then when you get these answers back, then that makes you know that in the middle of the week, because all their lessons are on Saturdays, in the middle of the week, you're asking, how are you doing? I know how hard it is, to find time to practice, because I too started at the age of 10. And, when I turned 18, I started playing piano for my home church in Philadelphia, Second Mennonite Church. And with that, I had to practice. I had to practice. Then I went to college for music. I had to practice. But we, as adults, we have busy schedules, and I understand that. And I like what happened this past weekend with when I spoke with Diana. I started her and said, hey, 15 minutes a day. And I said it's not the quantity of the time when you practice your instrument, when you practice the piano, when you practice the violin, when you practice the flute. Whenever you're practicing an instrument, don't try to say, well, I have to do a hour practice. But if it's not a good hour, then the quality of the practice was not good. So Diana told me, I said, I'd rather have a quality practice schedule than a quantity. So I said, hey, 15 minutes a day, that'll start you off. And by the time she said, she came this past weekend and said 15 minutes went too fast. And how does that make a teacher feel or instructor feel? That makes an instructor feel, okay, they're getting it. They're understanding that if you start off with 15 minutes, that goes like that. But then she put more time in. And if you look on our Facebook page for Music Instruction for All Learners, where music knows no age, you will see, that she's only been playing a couple months. Actually, she's working on her third month. She started in September and October. 2 months went by, and she's doing good. Mr. Don, they're doing good, because we want people to understand that it's not the quality. How you doing, Miss Monica? Glad you can join us. And Mr. Carr, how you doing? I hope all is well with the family. And it's not the quantity of the practice, it's the quality. And that's what I was getting at. And, all of our students are doing well right now. And, one part of the roll call that, I started getting texts back in, and they were just telling me, what, they're doing good. Whatever problems they be having, they can always text me. Because that way, and I actually had one student text me, her practice, text me the song. I love modern technology, so I can hear how she's doing. And then when we have that next lesson or instruction, we can work on it. And, and I appreciated that, and she appreciated that, because in the middle of the week, since we are busy, I get a chance to actually see them. But what I would like to invite you guys to is Music Instruction for All Learners is having its second annual dinner recital. And last year we did an annual fundraiser where we had people come in We had the recital part of it. We had people come in, and entertain us, because I wanted the students to see that after your hard work, after your hard study and practicing, it pays off when you're going out into the entertainment world, when you start singing, when you start playing an instrument. That's the other part. But the beginning part is learning how to play your instrument. That's where it all starts at. And when I see them practicing, when I see them playing, when I see them moving forward, that makes me feel good. And it also most definitely makes them feel good. Now and again, we're having our second annual dinner recital. It's gonna be held at 4443 Bel Air Road at Masterpiece Community Connections Ministry under the pastoralship of Elder Erica Stanley. And she has been the best pastor around since I actually became the minister of music over at that church. And she has been actually supporting me way before I even came over to that church. We actually met in 2013 through her good friend, which is my wife now, Nichelle Johnson. But we met because she came to one of my performances then with our students. So, I was truly honored to be able to go over to her church to become the minister of music. And I've actually, gave my testimony over the weekend that, Pastor Erica is actually she's the overseer for music instruction for all learners. So she keeps us in prayer. She keeps me in prayer. She keeps all the students in prayer, because that is the most important thing. But again, and I'll give you some more information about that. But I want you guys, I'm going to add a link. We're going to have 100 tickets on sale to come to our second annual dinner recital. How it's going to happen is we're going to set up a small stage in our main hall area, beautiful lighting, decorations. Everybody's going to be playing their instruments, singing, dancing, putting a show on while you are eating. And there's going to be some good food. And if I may get this right, I may get this wrong, but the menu will be baked chicken, fried chicken, yellow rice, meatballs, maybe Swedish meatballs, string beans, cake, and juice and soda. And salad. Gotta throw the salad in there for those people that like to eat salad. I'm not such of a salad person. But again, the menu is going to be baked chicken, fried chicken, meatballs, yellow rice, string beans, salad, and then we're going to have, the beverages. But we're going to have an elegant setting. We want you to come out. Join us. It's going to be on December 9th, 2017, between the hours of 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. We have 80 adult tickets. We're going to have 10 children under 12 and 10 college students. The adult tickets will be $35. The children's tickets will be $20, and if college students, they'll be $20 as well. So we're only selling 100 tickets. Now, if we sell more, you have to pay at the door, and hopefully we'll have enough, and we probably will have enough. But the whole idea is to help raise money for music instruction for all learners, so we can continue helping those students, continue building, and continue. We're going to work on getting grant, since we are a nonprofit now. Woohoo! We are a nonprofit. I was excited about that. That happened in the beginning of this year, and I'm still waiting on some more paperwork to, finish out our nonprofit status. But God has been good. Everybody's working hard. More students are coming. If you know someone who's interested in learning how to play the piano by reading music, because our motto is music instructions for all learners, where music knows no age. And the way this happened is you learn how to play the piano through reading music. And while you're reading music, then after that, if you want to play an instrument, then you can move on to your instrument a little while after you start learning how to read music. So that's what we're doing right now. And if you look on our Facebook page, if you're in our group, you can ask to be in our group. MIFAL Inc. Music Instruction for All Learners. I call them future musicians of America, because they are our future musicians of America. We're texting back and forth this evening. Just, I like the idea of texting them so I can see where they're going. They're telling me about their day. They're telling me, how practice is going. So when Saturday comes, boom, we can get back to work. We have a lot of exciting things that we're going to add, but we want you guys to come out. You don't want to miss this one, because this one is going to be one of our best. Because when I used to teach in the school system and we have our concerts every year, I'm like, okay, what do you do to make each concert better? Because, the students always say, well, what can we do? And in my mind, I'm an artist. I always say, hey, what can I do this year to make this concert better? So this year I chose, let's do a dinner recital. $35 for adults, $10, $20 for children under 12, and $20 for, students with ID. So we only have we're looking to sell 80 tickets for the adults to fill the house, 10 tickets, for the children under 12, and 10 for, now if we sell more, that'll be a blessing, but I'd rather have a number to start with than not to have anything. But again, the tickets are $35. Our second annual dinner recital fundraiser will be held at 4443 Bel Air Road, Baltimore, Maryland, 21206. And we want you guys to come out, help support music instruction for all learners. Come learn and see what's going on. Come see how our adults are doing. I'm so amazed at our adults right now, because they are working hard. They are moving. We got some other exciting things that are going to happen. I'm going to let someone else tell you that. But, I'm working hard. They are working hard. They make me work hard. Because Saturdays, I may start a Saturday on at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not done till around 4 or 5. So that's that continuation of student after student after student. But we want to add more. So, if you know anyone, they can contact us on Facebook. If you know anyone that would like to join Music Instructions for All Learners, or we'll say MIFAL Inc. When you think of a name for a business, you never think, well, Music Instructions for All Learners, Inc. That's pretty long. So we just say MIFAL Inc. We have a lot of you guys who have been checking out our clips. I love it, because, that tells me that I'm putting it out there. I'm making sure that you see the progress. It's almost like people want to see, okay, are they really learning? What they say, the proof is in the pudding. I make sure that the proof is in the pudding, because we want you guys to see. I want you guys to see how hard they are working, because they are truly working hard. Sometimes they make me cry, because I'm sit back and watch and see the progress. Now, when you see a young lady like Keelasha Williams, her mother is Kiev, so give a shout out to Kiev, because she keeps her, when you see KK, our little KK, you see her, how she started not doing much, didn't even have her own keyboard. But we got someone to donate a keyboard to her. Then we got someone to get her violin. So she's working on singing too. We're working on her voice. This is what we're doing. How you doing, Miss Tanya Thomas? And Mr. James Mullins. How you doing, Mr. Mullins? Reverend Mullins. That's Reverend Mullins. How you doing, Reverend Mullins? We thank you for tuning in. But when you see this young lady who she told me she's trying, she's working hard. She texted me and said, hey, I'm doing the best I can right now. That's all I want to hear. Because when she comes back, she's going to be singing. She's going to be playing that violin. When you guys are going to be surprised, she's being actually taught by a junior instructor, Rachel Harris, who also dances. So Rachel will be dancing at the program. Rachel will be teaching dance steps for other people who are going to be at the program. Our choir is going to be there. We're going to be doing, I'm working behind the 8 ball. But guess what? I love challenges. One thing about me, and my wife will say, she knows I love challenges. When I have a challenge, I'm like, okay. She told me I should have started back in June. I'm like, we got married in May. We went on a honeymoon end of May. When did I have time to start getting ready for this program? So I'm behind the 8 ball, but that's okay, because the parents are helping. Because this is This is a family thing. We all become one big happy family at MIFAL. We all love each other. We're under the grace of God. We're under the covering of Pastor Erica Stanley, and at Masterpiece Community Connection Ministry, she is our covering pastor. We are all here. And when getting back to KK, when you see this little girl and see what she's doing, you're gonna like, wow, yeah, she's doing a lot. And I work hard with her. I remember seeing, and I'll put it up later on, a picture that her mother put of KK, little KK, sitting at a piano way back when she was little. Now she put it next to a picture of big KK sitting at a piano. Now that was only God's intervention, because I didn't know that she had a dream or her mother had a vision of her playing a piano later on when she gets bigger. But that was God's intervention, that we would connect, we would start her, and that KK is now about 11 or 12 years old. I'm getting old, we all getting old. But now she's playing, she's learning violin. So you have to continue to watch. You can go to our YouTube channel, MIFAL Inc. on MIF as in Frank, AL, Inc., INC, and see what we're doing, because I'm actually going to be putting some teaching methods up there as well, putting some of the stuff that they've been doing. I'm going to actually demonstrate it, and you can go out there and sample it to see if you'll be ready to actually learn how to play piano or learn how to play an instrument. Because here's the secret, I don't tell too many people, and if you come to the program, I may ask this question to see who has been paying attention. What was the first instrument that Mr. O learned when he was in high school? And that was a trumpet, 3-valve trumpet. I can still play a little bit today. You may see me, you may hear me play a little something at the program. But that was the first instrument that I learned. It was a brass instrument. And it was easy for me to learn how to play, because guess what? I've been playing piano for several years, reading music, so all they had to do is teach me the mechanics of the instruments. And that's the trick. You may think you can't do it, but if you're already reading music, you'll be ready to read music, as soon as you get the instrument. I am truly excited. When I got those texts this evening, they really, I was driving as I'm seeing the text come in. No, I didn't stop and look at it because I got my phone up on the dashboard, but I seen the text coming in of everybody saying, roll call Wednesday. I want to see how you're doing. That means I care for you. You're under my tutelage right now, my instruction. I'm pushing you forward to become the best musician that you want to be. And, I'm saying, okay, we need to keep up with these students. I'm excited. We had a young lady come and give Rachel a demonstration interview for because we're looking for a violin instructor, because there are a few people that want to learn to play violin. And I know I can't do it all, so we're about to add a violin instructor. Her name was Miss Nathania Munoz, and she just moved to the Baltimore area, and she answered an Facebook ad that I put up a couple months ago. But the Lord blessed her. She answered it a couple weeks ago. And we just set up this time. I was trying to catch her, but she's a busy lady because she's playing with the Frederick Symphony Orchestra. So she's a busy lady. But I'm looking to do great and wonderful things for the year of 2018, because we want our students to be the best students in the area. We all know that they are taking music and arts out of the schools, or they don't even care. Some schools have it that can afford it. Some schools have it that have those parents that actually support it, but then you have those schools that don't have it. Our goal, is to reach those students, reach those children that really can't get that music, to expose them to it. Our goal is to expose them to it, so that way they will have a chance to say, hey, I'm having a good time. If you go on, ask Diana how she's doing. She's having a great time. Ask Mr. Don, how is he doing? Ask Kiev, how's Keisha doing? Keisha's doing. Just, ask Pastor, how are the kids that she knows? Because she's been watching me and praying for me and supporting me since 2013. We're going on 4 years that this lady, which I didn't know up until recently, that has been there, great support for Music Instruction for All Learners, Inc., where music knows no age. You can, I'm going to put the link for the program. I want you guys to tell people about this program that's coming up. It's our second annual dinner recital. We are going to have a ball. We're going to raise money. And I never just want the students to think that we're just raising money for MIFAL. What we're going to do is, the idea is take a certain percentage of that money and also send it over to Hurricane Harvey, because, we're blessed over in Baltimore and surrounding areas, but we know some people, are still going through. We know Puerto Rico's going through. We know there's certain, some of those kids in Puerto Rico are just going back to school. When I heard about I listened to Shine 95.1 Shine, and when they tell about a principal who's sitting on the outside near a light so she can have light because they're slowly getting electricity back, we are blessed. We are blessed. And that's one thing I like about what the Lord has blessed me with is I'm a man of God, a man of integrity, and I'm a man that says, you know what, God has blessed me with these students. God has blessed us with Pastor Erica. We're going to move. We have some great things going. So, excuse me, when you hear about a principal, who is that dedicated that she's going to be there for those students regardless of this catastrophic thing that has happened to Puerto Rico, then we have to think, hey, we're just a small little city with surrounding children that can be taught the love of music, that can be taught. Here's another secret that I never told too many people. My students don't even know. I remember when I was a little younger than Kelasha or KK, that my mother had a friend. My mother's name was the late Marion Louise Johnson. She passed in 1996. She had a friend named Mitzi. And me, like KK, Mitzi had a piano at her house. And whenever I go over there, I'll start tinkering on the piano. And it's like, wow, this is me, back then. But then that was just the Lord planting that seed, the first seed. And then when I went and moved in with my late aunt, love her dearly, my late Aunt Jenny, in Philadelphia, that's when the Lord had me have a chance to get a chance with my cousins to start taking lessons at the age of 10 with Miss Darlene Mumbauer at Second Mennonite Church. So, when you have a history, those seeds were planted way back when, and now they came into fruition with me going to college, getting my Bachelor of Music degree from Temple University, for all those Temple Knights that are out there, and just creating something of a vision. Now, if you ever seen my vision board, which I'll put pictures up there, you'll see that that's one thing my wife says, that, when I put my mind to do something, I don't stop. When I'm on my students to practice, like I said in the beginning, it's not the quality, it's not the quantity, it's not how much time you practice. And my other favorite violinist, Chelsea Green, was talking about, how our students don't know how to practice. Now, she's over in Berkeley. She's an associate professor over there. And I'm thinking, and it's just me thinking, you're in Berkeley, but you're still having issues with practicing. So with my goal right here is to teach each student one-on-one how to practice. That way you become a better musician, because I've had a lot of professors that worked with me between Community College of Philadelphia and Temple University, where, I always say I have a plethora of information when it comes to piano practice. And if I don't know, and I always tell the kids, students, if I don't know, I will find out, because a good teacher, good instructor won't always think that they know everything. Because I always tell my students way back when do you stop learning? And they'll fiddle around. I say, well, you stop learning when you die, because there's nothing else to do. But guess what? People will learn from how you died, and what to do and what not to do, so they can live longer. But again, I am truly excited about this concert. We are working hard. I sent the invites out online, through our event page. Again, it's going to be December 9th, 2017. Our second annual dinner recital fundraiser for Music Instruction for All Learners, Inc. is going to be held at 4443 Bel Air Road, Baltimore, Maryland 21206, and the church is Masterpiece Community Connection Ministries under the pastorship of Elder Erica J. Stanley. You know, she is one of the greatest pastors around that I've ever known, because she has a heart for not just the people in the area, but she has a heart for music. She has a heart for children. She has a heart and a love, and that's what we need. Because when you're doing something, when you have a nonprofit, and when you're doing what we do, I won't just say me, because I'm not trying to do it all by myself. I learned when you have to find the people to work with you and not try to do it all by yourself. And I also learned that's why we're looking for a violin instructor. Stay in your lane. I can coach you, I can show you, I can help you with the melody. But Pastor always says, I stay in my lane, because if she gives you an assignment, she's not going to come up and micromanage. She wants you to do it. And and I had to learn that. The funny thing is, I had to learn that with our junior instructor, Rachel. I gave Rachel the assignment of a junior instructor for the strings. So she was working with KK, and I tried, she was working with me too. And I tried to put my little 2 cents in it, but the Lord said, step back. So I just watch. And if you watch the camaraderie between those two and the pictures that I put up, I don't just put them up just to put them up, because I want you to see the growth, how they are growing together as a junior instructor, as a student, and how it becomes so cohesive that KK is going to be the bomb when she plays on You Have to Come. When she plays, I'm not going to put anything else up. Well, maybe a couple things. They know me. They hate to see me with the camera. But when you see the bond between those two as a student, junior instructor, and student, you will see that, they grow. And I just step back and watch. I may intervene once a little, just to give Rachel a couple hints of how to instruct, how to teach. When the students get it, we have to try to do what we can to get them to get it. But again, we love all our students. I love all the students, because I see when they grow, I grow. If they don't grow, I'm not growing. So I have to make sure that they are growing, because I want this thing to explode into something that people are like, how does he do it? And I learned that a long time ago. Everybody that can play can't teach, and everybody that teach can't play. But there has to be a happy medium. And I want them to have fun at music. When they come, we have fun, we laugh, but they learn. There's some funny incidents that we'll probably talk about at the program, but you have to come. That's what this is about. This is about the second annual dinner recital. You guys tell other people about it. Come to the Facebook page. Click on the link, which I will be put here, which is the Eventbrite page. Excuse me. And I got something else special. We have made room for, if you have a business, we have made room for 10 tables, 10 vending tables. First come, first serve. I told Deacon Washington on Sunday, I'm not going to make, it's not going to be a, how should I say it? It's not going to be a flea market. We just want to make an elegant area where people come see what you have and still keep everything going. Once we get started, we're going to start at 4 o'clock sharp, and then at 6 o'clock, because we're going to try to get to go to a concert that evening as well to see Miss Nathania Munoz at the Frederick Orchestra. So, we have a lot going on that day, but we want you guys to get, if you're a vendor, someone who wants to vend, December 9th, 2017, 4 to 6, they can be part of it. We got 10 tables. Again, I will put the link down. First come, first serve. Click on it. Get your ticket for the table. They can pay their money. The tables are $15. So, if you have any questions, you can call me direct at 443-956-4661. That's my personal line. Again, that's 443-956-4661. We want you guys who have been watching. I know some of you, like, I had a young lady or a teacher that said they just sit in the back and watch because they want to see what's going on. Or, we have people in the audience that just sit back because they want to see how it's going to come. But guess what? These students have been I love all our students, send a shout out to them, tell them, hey, you guys are doing good. We like what you're doing. Keep it up, because you can go, if you like, we want you to go to our Facebook page and like it. We want you to go to our Facebook page and rate us. Tell us what you think about music instruction for all learners, because, again, music instruction for all learners, where music knows no age. We want you guys to come support and eat. We know you love to eat, but have some fun, because all the music will be going on while you're eating. Last year we had it in the sanctuary, but this year I want it to be elegant. You come hear them, applaud, they take their bow, they get a chance to eat, because I don't want them to be starving musicians. But come and, have a good time. We have a donation page for those. Oh my goodness, my cousin Maurice. How you doing, Maurice? That's one of those cousins that you knew since he was a little boy, but he's a big boy, big man now. So, and how you doing, Nicole? Hi, hey, Keisha, Miss Chambers, Katrina Chambers. Oh, we have the inevitable Michelle White. How you doing, Michelle? But we want you guys to come out. I thank you for tuning in, because it's been a long day. I'm tired. I know we all tired when you work all day, then got to go to class for a couple hours or a few hours, and then come home. But I want to get on and just tell you about our second annual dinner recital annual fundraiser, because we want you guys to come out, eat, have a good time. I'm getting ready to get the tickets printed this week. We working on more flyers that will be going out. The link will be on the Facebook page following this, because we want you guys to be part of it. Tell others about it. If you have any questions, again, you can call me directly at 443-956-4661, 443-956-4661. If you want to donate, there's a room for donation. If you say, hey, look, if I want to help a child out, we wouldn't mind. Just say, hey, look, send me an email, send me inbox me. Say, I want to help a child out. What can I do? Trust me, I will find someone who say, hey, look, this person wants to help you out. This person wants you to be part of this program. And then what we'll do, we'll send you some information about that child, and then, so But again, music instructions for all learners, where music knows no age. We take the ages from 4.5 to 105. We want people to really love music. I've been doing this since I was 10. And I'm 54 now, and glad, because God has blessed me with 54 good years. I've been up in my mountains and in my valleys, but I'm still here for the grace of God. What they say, God's mercies are new every morning. And, I like the idea of having a covering pastor, because she's going to keep me straight. She's going to keep the students straight. We want to build this thing to people who will go. That is not just going to be something small. One day we will have a big building, because I give the Lord specific numbers. I told the Lord I want a $1.3 million grant one day for music instruction for all learners, where we can get everything under one roof and grow. I'm not going to be doing everything. I learned, I tell people, Microsoft didn't get big all itself. Bill Gates didn't get big all by himself. He just had the right people working with him. And this is what we have to do. We have to stop trying to do it all by ourselves and say, get the right people in the right place, and things will be able to grow. And again, I'm truly excited about this concept. I'm going to be pushing all our students. They still have a lot to learn. They're learning. They're having fun. They are going to get a chance to perform for you, not just me, because, I've been doing this my whole life, but they're going to get a chance to perform for you. Some of them are a little scared, but they be all right. The joke is, I always tell them, hey, you mess up, I'm going to have all my dirty, stinky shoes in the back row, and I'm just going to throw them up at you. But, again, go to our Facebook page to like us. Tell other people to like us. See what's going on, because we are, what? When you've been down, there's nowhere else but to go up. And I'll be honest, I didn't know that I was going to get these few adult students that we have. I can't call them kids, they're adults, but they're learning. And one of them is going to surprise you, because after this concert, that person is going to actually start violin, and I'm not going to give the name. They're going to start violin in January. So what's going to happen is now they're doing piano, but they're going to start violin in January. So by the time we do a program in June, they're going to be playing. That's the whole idea, because we have to show that our program works. Again, this was about our second annual dinner recital fundraiser, December 9th, 2017, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. at 4443 Bel Air Road, Baltimore, Maryland, 21206, at Masterpiece Community Connection Ministries under the pastoralship of Elder Erica J. Stanley. You guys have been great. I love all of you. Show us the love. Come on, support us. Tell people about us. Click the link. Get your tickets. Because again, I'm on, if at the door you may not be able to get in. We're only selling 100 tickets up and down. So if I have to tweak the tickets, I can work with the tickets. But we want you guys, I'm not going to be in charge of the tickets. One of our parents is going to be in charge of the tickets once we get them. I'm going to hand them to her, and she's going to take care of that. We have someone taking care of the food, because I don't want to be, I was beat last year at the end of the program. I don't want to be that tired, because I got to make it to church to play the next day at church. So, but I'm doing what I love. When you do what you love, when you have that people, a lot of people see that passion. I mean, music has been my passion. My cousins will tell you my whole life. I was in band in college. Band in high school, choir in college, choir in high school. When you're a Macedonian, class of 1981, we, all those, Jonathan and them, we all remember band and choral when we were in high school. But guess what? This is the grace of God that all of that was to bring me to this one moment in my life where that the Lord gave me the dream of opening up music instruction for all learners, where music knows no age. You guys have been great. Again, go to the Facebook page, like us, love us, rate us on there, tell us what you like about our students. But we want to see you guys at the program on December 9th. I want you to have a blessed and wonderful night. And remember, music instructions for all learners, where music knows no age.